Well, we've made it to Iceland. It's our first time. Enjoy.
We're in Iceland.
Pretty good.
Yeah. First meal in Iceland. Sushi. We got some other snacks. We've arrived! Only just. Patrick's struggling to cope right now because we're so hungry because we only had breakfast this morning and it's what time now? 7 o'clock? 6 o'clock. But it feels like 7 o'clock for us, right? Because don't they have a time change from the UK? I mean, we're kind of jet lagged, so I don't really know what the time is, but 6 o'clock feels like 7 o'clock. We haven't eaten since 8 o'clock this morning. And we just called Isla and Alfie, and Isla was so sad she couldn't talk to us. It was the saddest. It was actually the saddest. We may never leave our children again. So that's where we're at. Examining the cups. We got our camper.
I'm assuming they washed them.
I hope so. Hard to say. This is not the camper that we were supposed to have. Well, you can't even see it, so dark, but this is not the camper we were supposed to have. Our Mitsubishi. I don't know. Mitsubishi.
Want some?
Yes, please. Had a mechanical malfunction, so we got upgraded to this ginormous van. Huge van.
Huge.
Way bigger than what we were supposed to be driving, but that's okay. It's gonna be great. Welcome to Iceland.
That's some good Icelandic water.
Yeah. We're going to our first waterfall. We made it. It's really big. We just had to FaceTime with the kids and they were so cute. They were very impressed, I think, by the waterfall. What do you think?
Okay, here it comes.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Doesn't look nearly as big on camera. It looks huge in person. Patrick's walking back there right now. I don't think you can see him. There he is. Trying to see how far he can go without getting soaked. I'm pretty sure he's going to just be soaked at this point. Lift him. I lost him. He must be behind the rock. If he does get a photo, I'll put it in here. No, go ahead. Hey. How was it?
Wet and walking, it's fine, and then all of a sudden it's like a 10-foot session and you're already committed, and once you're by it's fine, but you got like soaked on the way up and then soaked on the way down. But once I was up there I figured I might as well get the coach checked out, get the tripod out and set up. Well, day one's in the books. Now it's our first night of camping.
First time ever.
First time ever. See you in the morning. We're gonna wake up to Skogafoss waterfall. Our first morning, that was a tough one on the back, but I feel good. It's nice out, and we'll go explore the waterfall. Check back in later.
Are you showing them the view?
No, we'll see you later with the drone.
This is what we woke up to, folks. Pretty cool.
It's Iceland Al. Oh God. There. Anyways, I don't know where we are. We had such a good morning. Waking up to the waterfall was amazing. We had a little bit of breakfast in the camper van, did a little exploring of the waterfall, had a wicked awesome experience with a lovely couple from Hong Kong who are getting married, and we shot their wedding photos. So that was amazing. And then we continued on and we drove down towards Vic and did some exploring there, had a proper coffee. We went to the Lava Bakery and Cafe. And it was actually so good. The barista was amazing. It was proper coffee. Totally worth the like $6 we paid for it. So definitely recommend that little cafe. Also amazingly clean washrooms, so total bonus. We've had a little slight malfunction with our iPhones. Are currently unable to charge them because our iPhone cable stopped working, and we went to buy a new iPhone cable at the store in the like shop with the Lava Bakery, and it was $50. So we didn't buy that.
Iceland Pat. Getting the drone out. It's hard to see. It's so bright and I can't make it any less bright, but we're at the glacier right now. At a glacier. I'm not sure which one it is. But I'm sure you'll be able to see some footage
Nice
right
place to fly,
now. Because there's nothing and no one around. So pretty.
So yeah, this is kind of bright, isn't it?
I don't want to test it too much. It's cool. I got the
Insert that here.
sun.
So bright. Oh, never mind. So yeah, definitely recommend the coffee shop and bakery. Amazing washrooms. Vic is really cute. We did the whole little church thing, and we are going to go back to the church with the drone. And it's not quite so bright out. So yeah, that's where we're at. Now we are going to the Crystal Beach.
Crystal Lagoon?
Crystal Lagoon?
Beach? Crystal something.
Whatever.
But we just did the Glacier Lagoon, and it's amazing. Now we're gonna go see if we can find some icicles from the sea.
Icicles. Icicles on the beach.
Icicles on the beach.
We stand like right in front.
Yeah, so the good news is some other car has decided to come down. That's good, because the sheep are all surrounding our car, and maybe that will give us a little bit of a
Oh my gosh.
a little bit of a break to get out, eh, Al? We got all the sheep everywhere,
Oh my gosh.
and people are pulling in.
So here we are. We are at, oh gosh, what's it called? Vesterhorn. And what a day this has been. Oh gosh, you can't see it there, but can you? If I sit in front of the light, there will be more light for the cameras here. Oh gosh, this looks so creepy. Hold on. Here we go. Possibly, that's a teeny bit better. Need it. Can't see me, can you? Well, anyways, this is as good as it's gonna get. Maybe. Maybe you can see me. Here I am. We are at Vesterhorn. We went to the Diamond Beach, I think it's called. So you'll have seen some of that footage. It was amazing. It's by far my favorite thing that we've done. Since we got here. So dark, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I can do differently. But yeah, it was so amazing. And so we decided to continue driving to Hoffen, because this is one of the places that Patrick really wanted to come in Iceland for the view of the Vesterhorn. So here we are. We did it. I think we're actually, Patrick's just scoping out his shot right now. It's like 9 o'clock at night, but it's still bright out for like 2 hours. So he's scoping it out, and I think we're gonna camp here. So we'll see how that goes. Keep you updated. So pretty. This is the view from the camper.
There's no mirrors in our van, so this is how Al has to get ready.
This is the real thing. This is van life.
Oh, where's my screen? Gotta flip that out. There it is. So we had a great night. We're at the
Vesterhorn,
and it's probably the coolest place we've ever been. So last night I got really lucky and found a nice reflection and photographed it. But this morning, the snow that was on the peaks is gone. So I'm going to photograph it again, and it will look like I'm here at a completely different time.
To be fair, we've already been up once this morning. We got up at 5 and had it all to ourselves and took some photos, and then promptly went back for a sleep. And so now it's 9:30, and we're gonna do it all again.
And the horses were out last night. Al fell asleep and missed it, but I got to hang out with the horses in front of. I'm gonna have to change the exposure for you here. That's where we are. Pretty cool.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me howling at the moon.
Just enough.
I think that's probably just enough. That's good, babe.
Alright, so.
You just have to click in the. Oh, what is it? Oh god, don't click it in here.
Something like that, right? Or,
I thought you like properly clicked it in. This is terrifying.
that's it. Sure,
It
yeah.
smells like it.
Yeah, that's from the pop that I did earlier.
Oh yeah, I think you gotta take that out of here.
Too chilly.
So, Chef Pat, tell us what you're making for dinner.
Cooking up some requested hot dogs from Al and some pasta and some pesto. Nothing, the N1 didn't have the hot dogs and Al's been curving them since yesterday, so we are doing it.
Creative instinct.
Jesus.
Smells delicious. How's it going, Pat Man?
Slow. It's taken a long time.
How long do you think you've been at it?
10 minutes.
And it's not boiling yet.
It's lukewarm.
Tough one.
I don't know if our gas canister is running low on gas.
Did you want to try the other
We
one?
could try the other one potentially. Maybe we'll get a bigger flame. Let's do that.
Okay.
Appears to be burning better.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Where's that can? We rented with Kuku Campers and show them off what's happening.
Is it a good time?
I mean, it's just sunshine, warming up. Probably not going to do it if we don't do it now, to be honest.
Vlog 2. Kuku Campers.
Is that the intro?
I got you. That's for, for editing.
Oh,
So it's easier, so you know what clips are which.
that's a good intro, too. Cue the Kuku Campers B-roll.
I can't do it. You can't do it with a straight face. You want to do it?
Oh, you don't want to talk about it?
No, I can't do the cue the B-roll.
Oh, we already cued it.
Right. What month are we in? We're in May. May. It is the end of May in 2019. In case this video goes viral. I don't know if I can do it. I think I'm so hungry. I have the giggles. I feel like I know. I kind of like it.
Okay.
I feel like this is gonna. I feel like I'm getting scurvy
I don't even know what that is.
from not from like not eating enough fruits and vegetables.
I think that's what pirates used to get.
It is, yeah, from being on the ships. Okay, enough about scurvy. Okay, so we chose when we were planning our trip to Iceland. We looked up all kinds of different campers. No, we didn't. Patrick did. Patrick did all the planning for this trip, and he decided to go with Kuku Campers. So we are in a Kuku Camper right now. We're just on the other side of Vic. What's it called?
Black Sand Beach.
The Black Sand Beach. I don't know how you say it in Icelandic. And we are trying to cook our first meal. We're on day 3. We have survived so far not cooking. But it's fully equipped with everything that you'd need to cook. So originally when we decided to go for Kuku Campers, we chose the Pajero, the Mitsubishi Pajero. But unfortunately it had mechanical issues the day that we arrived. So they upgraded us to the Mercedes Vito, which is a bright red beast of a truck. Van. It's a van. It's like a 4x4, which was the same as the Pajero, but it has massive tires and spikes in them, so you can go on all the roads except 3 in Iceland, which is pretty cool. And everywhere we've gone so far, it's been amazing. We haven't gotten stuck anywhere. We've like driven across a beach, like through the sand, through the gravel roads, on the highway. Everything's really good driving wise. It's a little bit loud, I'd say, on the highway. But
we didn't drive anywhere we weren't allowed to drive.
no,
Yeah.
no, like
But you said beach.
okay,
so
like
we should drive on a beach.
on the beach at Vesterhorn, you can take like a private road down to the beach. It's a road, you're allowed to drive on it, and we drove on that. And just like parking and stuff, like in the actual designated parking areas where it's sandy, it's been totally fine. Yeah, so far so good driving wise. Although it is a little bit loud on the highways, but I don't know if that's probably the case with most 4x4s because of the spikes
The road too.
and the road, and then also like, you know, it's a van. It's not really well insulated. But
Your review's going great so far.
no, I'm being truthful.
I know.
Take 2. I don't know what else to say. Okay, so in terms of space, it's very spacious. I think she said it was like double the sleeping area of the Pajero that we were supposed to have. So there's tons of room to sleep. And then when you're not sleeping, there's like lots of space to sit and work at the table or eat or whatever. And it has a full cooking area with like a sink and a little fridge that runs when you're driving. It's been cold enough that our stuff that we put in the fridge has stayed cold the whole time, which is good. And then there's like a little cupboard area for all of your foodstuffs. Comes with everything you need. You didn't have to buy any like miscellaneous objects other than toilet paper, which we actually haven't had to use yet. Thank goodness. But yeah, I'd say the inside is super handy. Compared to other ones we've seen, it's really helpful because all of the windows are tinted really dark. So even when the curtains are open, you can't really see in, which is great. In terms of ease of use, the staff are really helpful. They pick you up right at the airport. There's a little shuttle that takes you to the Kuku Camper's base, which is like 35 minutes from the airport in Keflavik. So they organize your pickup around your flight and then take you out there, set everything up for you, and then you're good to go. And they just ask that you fill the tank with gas and clean the camper before you give it back to them. That's it. And they can, for a small fee, they will take you back to the airport also, or you can find your own way.
We haven't given the camper back yet, so hopefully that goes smoothly.
I mean, it should go pretty smoothly. It's really tidy in here. And they give you like a little brush for when you're like going to the beach and stuff. You can brush out all the sand. When we went to Vesterhorn, it was a little bit mucky, so the outside of the van is a little bit muddy. So I don't know if we're supposed to wash that or not. We got rained on since then, so it's pretty much all washed off. So yeah, we're super happy with everything from Kuku Campers. Would definitely recommend. It was in our price range. Like it was a, I don't know if it was the cheapest one, but it was comparable with all the other campers.
I think it was about €600 for 3 days, 3 full days, so €200 a day. But when you take in a combination and car rental, it's
pretty good.
A way to see Iceland, and you have the freedom to go anywhere you want to go. Yeah,
I mean, you can't really complain. Like we've managed to camp right in front of a waterfall one night, and then right in front of Vesterhorn,
which is the coolest place we've ever been.
Hands down. So I don't know where we're going to camp tonight. We're going to find somewhere.
That's the other nice thing is we typically have a pretty well thought out plan, but we kind of researched a ton, and then we've kind of come in and planned as we go a little bit. We got the Wi-Fi, which is
That is one of the things. The add-ins, like the inverter, we added the inverter and the Wi-Fi. Key.
the Wi-Fi is expensive if you do it for a long trip. I think it's 15 euros a day. So for 3 days, it was no big deal, and we've been able to speak with our kids, which has been great. But yeah, I don't know. That might get a little pricey if you're doing that for 2 weeks. So you have to kind of, if you have a big group or something, you can split that cost. That's okay.
And just weigh whether it would be better to get like pay as you go or something.
We have no GPS, and no phones, so that's kind of been our way to have the Wi-Fi and use our phones and use that as a GPS.
But that is the other thing. We haven't actually used GPS.
Yeah,
it's like there's one road, so you follow the road and you just get there eventually. Patrick, are you slacking on your cooking? That flame is definitely up.
Yeah, it went out like 2 minutes ago and I put it back in. I usually have longer than that.
Dish it up.
The hands are working very well.
You're so cool.
So cool.
I mean, it smells great.
Yes.
Dinner a la Chef Iceland. We have some pasta. What do we got? Mushroom
Tortellini or something.
tortellini, maybe? And hot dogs in Iceland. Cooked outside for the first time.
Trying to get you some more.
Amazing.
That one.
Dankshums.